Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. An unusual thing. Starmer's going to do something. I reported yesterday how he was distancing himself literally by, leaving and going away at the point where the Casey inquiry was going to be released. Well, it seems he's been bounced into doing something. As I say, there is an unwritten rule in politics, which is if there's something you really don't want to do, don't do it unless you absolutely positively have to. And that is just what's happened to Starmer. The Casey report has looked at the whole of the gang situation, the grooming gangs in Britain, and come to its inevitable conclusions. And Starmer knows that once this is published and made public, he will have no option but to call a national inquiry. And so, in an effort to get ahead of this, he's calling the national inquiry now before the Casey report has been released. I'm going to quote from him just to show how he's U-turning before this report is even released to the public, because he knows he's going to have to U-turn afterwards, and that'll make him look like an idiot, or a bigger idiot than he is. Baroness Casey's position, he said, is when she started the audit was that there was no real need for a national inquiry over and above what was going on, i.e. her own report. She has looked at the material and she's come to the new view that there should be a national inquiry on the basis of what she has seen. Therefore, I don't know where I put that in. It's not even there. I have trouble reading. I have read every single word of her report and I'm going to accept her recommendations. That is the right thing to do, on the basis of what she's put in her audit. I asked her to do that job, to double check on this. And she's done that job for me, and having read her report, I shall now implement her recommendations. What that's saying is, oh God, I really didn't want a national inquiry, so I fudged it that Baroness Casey's inquiry would get the right answer. Which is why Baroness Casey said, I don't think there's probably a need for a national inquiry. However, even Baroness Casey has been so appalled and sickened by what's going on that Starmer knows that report coming out will leave him no option. So there it is. I'm going to accept her recommendation, is a line in which he says that, well, that's his admittance of that he got it wrong and is U-turning. And then him saying that is the right thing to do. Well, imagine this. He's having to be told what other people is the right thing to do. What does that say about the man's morals? Shows he hasn't got any. So yes, we are going to get a full judicial national inquiry. And I think that, of course, will be very bad news for an awful lot of Labour MPs who rely on a certain demographic for their seats. Goodbye, Jess. Bye-bye, Ange. Was nice knowing you. Thanks a lot. Bye.